AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. If you messing with the content, be sure to hit the like button, drop a comment and all of that. If you're not already tapped in and subscribe to the channel, do so ASAP. Let's get into it. On October 30th of 2020, Chicago rapper King Von released his debut album, Welcome to O Block. Approximately a week later, he celebrated that accomplishment at an album release party in Atlanta.
Yo, ATL, what's up? It's your boy King Von. My official album release party Thursday, November 5th. Y'all come pop out, fuck with a nigga. I'm at a whole O Block in that bitch, the whole OTL. Pull up. OTL shit, I done dropped that on that Welcome to O Block. That bitch going crazy. I don't want to thank everybody. You know what the fuck going on. Stress gang. There's a lot of.
This was on Thursday, November 5th of 2020. You know, he hosted the party, played some songs off his project. After the album release party, you know, him and his crew, they went to a spot, a hookah lounge in Atlanta, Monaco Hookah Lounge. They ended up running into Savannah rapper Quando Rondo. For those who don't know, Quando Rondo is signed to NBA Youngboy's label. At this time, you know, Youngboy and King Von had a little back and forth going online. It's alleged that it all started over a IG Live where King Von was playing Youngboy's music and was questioning his authenticity.
Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass now.
On his
All that
ass.
cap. You got cap in your raps.
But it went from that to being surrounded by women, etc., man. But, you know, it seems like Quando Rondo was guilty by association, although it's footage out there of Quando with King Von, and that it seemed like at one point they was cool. But, man, taking it back to the night, you know, after the album release party, King Von and his people decided to go to a hookah lounge in Atlanta. They ended up running into Quando Rondo, and there's footage out there showing Von just swinging on him, which is when Quando Rondo's close friend, Lil Tim, noticed the altercation, hopped out of the SUV that they came to the hookah lounge in, pulled out his gun and started letting off shots before a shootout took place, and other people that were with Von pulled out guns and started letting off shots. There were some off-duty Atlanta police officers in the parking lot. They actually got involved.
According to GBI, rapper King Von and his group were at Opium nightclub before making their way here to Monaco Hookah Lounge, then to the parking lot where chaos ensued.
Lil Tim was shot twice during that incident, once in his hip and once in his butt, but he was still able to get up, get into the SUV. But Quando Rondo, he got in the truck, man. They pulled off and went to the hospital where Tim underwent surgery. King Von was also transported to the hospital. He was pronounced dead. A couple of other people who Von was with that night were also shot up, one being his manager at the time, another being his friend, O Block Louie, who was hit in the head, but he ended up surviving, although initial reports said that he was killed. Another person was O Block Slutty. He was killed, but Lil Tim, he ended up undergoing surgery, and when he woke up, he was actually told that he would have to wear a colostomy bag during his recovery, and he was also charged with murder, you know, felony murder.
A 22-year-old man named Timothy Leaks is reportedly facing felony murder charges in connection with the death of King Von.
I'm all fucked up right now. I'm in a colostomy bag. I'm charged with a murder, and I'm shot up.
Right, just bad all around.
Bad all around.
You know, after that, Lil Tim had to go to jail. He was arrested and placed in jail for a few months before he posted a $100,000 bond. That was in March of 2021, a few months after the shooting took place. And after that, he fought his case, man, until they ultimately dropped the charges. That was announced in August of 2023. But you know, the downside to that is Quando Rondo and Lil Tim, they became targets, man. King Von had a lot of fans, you know, he had a lot of supporters. He also had a lot of people in his corner that was willing to ride for him.
That shit fucked everybody up. Like when a real gangster, you know what I mean? When a real gangster get took out by like a nerd type.
Well, I think that's also his opinion too, right? I think his thing is that obviously more people love Von, but you know, in that situation, which was a street situation,
it's a real situation. Like,
but I think people think that anybody would have done the same thing.
Okay.
So that situation with Von happened in November of 2020, November 6th of 2020, in the parking lot of the Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. You know, we go to 2022, August 2022. Quando Rondo was in LA with his sister and his cousin, Lil Pop. Reportedly, you know, Lil Durk and other members of OTF got word that Quando Rondo would be in LA and thought that that would be the perfect opportunity to retaliate for King Von. According to the indictment, Lil Durk put a bounty on Quando Rondo, and another member of his squad allegedly helped put the play together, man. Using credit cards linked to Lil Durk's company, he booked, you know, multiple flights from Chicago to San Diego for several people linked to OTF to fly there. He also booked hotel rooms for them to stay in, as well as rental cars for them to use. You know, around this time, Lil Durk and his homie took a private jet and flew out to LA. Durk's homie allegedly bought ski masks, and he also provided the guys with pistols, man, one being a switch. The day after arriving in Los Angeles, on August 19th, prosecutors said the group used two rented vehicles, a white BMW and a white Infiniti, to track and stalk Quando Rondo as he, his sister, and his cousin, Lil Pop, drove around LA. They followed him for hours from different spots until they found the perfect opportunity to ambush him.
Investigators believe Grammy Award-winning Durk, whose full name is Dirk Devontae Banks, put a bounty out for the death of rapper Quando Rondo in retaliation for the earlier murder of Chicago rapper King Von. Von was shot and killed outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta on November 6, 2020. Prosecutors detailed a timeline from that murder until August 19, 2022, when they say multiple members of OTF, the Chicago-based hip-hop group founded by Lil Durk, and associates used two cars to, quote, track, stalk, and attempt to murder Quando Rondo at a gas station in Los Angeles. Prosecutors say the murder was caught on video. This photo shows a screenshot of the scene in an alley behind a gas station. Three shooters opened fire on Rondo's Escalade. The members for hire, investigators say, fired at least 18 rounds into the vehicle, actually striking and killing his cousin.
Lil Pop, Quando Rondo's cousin, he was standing outside of the Escalade, and he ended up getting hit multiple times, you know. But Quando Rondo, he actually avoided being shot. But Lil Pop, unfortunately, passed away from his injuries, man. You know, initially, it was speculation that the shooting was drug-related. That appears not to be the case.
5 members of Durk's Only the Family group, also known as OTF, were indicted by a California grand jury this week on charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire.
You know, in October of 2024, 5 OTF affiliates were arrested on conspiracy to commit murder for hire charges. After their arrest, Durk booked 2 flights from South Florida airports. One flight was to Dubai, and another flight was to Switzerland. He also booked a private flight to Italy, but was arrested in Miami before he could board the plane.
Banks was arrested in Florida Thursday, facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire and conspiracy to use facilities for murder for hire.
Authorities say Banks flew into Los Angeles the day before the killing by private plane. They also allege the purchase of flights from Chicago to SoCal and a hotel reservation for the alleged co-conspirators was from accounts linked to Banks and his music collective OTF, adding that around that time, iCloud records show that a phone number associated with Banks texted texted an alleged co-conspirator, quote, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." According to the indictment, Banks had made clear in, quote, coded language that he'd pay a bounty for the murder. Authorities arrested 5 defendants in Chicago Thursday morning and say the FBI learned Banks was booked on 3 international flights before his arrest. If convicted, Banks and the other defendants face a maximum sentence of life in federal prison.
They're all facing life in prison, man, if convicted. You know, RIP to Lil Pop, man. Condolences to his family. Shout out to everybody tuning in and rocking with a humble soul. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the button ASAP. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. Until next time, I'ma holla at y'all, man. 100.